Hey guys, my name is Rob Trent. I'm a DP and director based out of LA, and today I'm going to tell you about my favorite lighting modifier. It's lighting me right now, and why it should be yours too. Okay, so what I'm using today is the newer 60-inch Softbox. Now, I know newer gets a bad rap, but I've been using this thing for the past few months straight, just on every shoot. I love it, and I've had no problems with it. So let me give you a little bit of scale for how big this thing is, right? Here we go. All right. I can't even fit it all in. Okay. I'll pull it down in a second, but honestly, I'm just a little lazy to do that right now. Okay, so today we're using the newer 60-inch Softbox, and I know when I say newer, some of you guys are gonna cringe a little bit. I know it gets a bad rap, but I've been using it for 2 months straight now, and I've had no problems with it. And honestly, it's become my favorite, even above my aperture light domes, everything. It's like my favorite modifier to use. And the best part is, I think it comes in at like a little over $100. So let me pull this thing down, switch it out for a light dome, and show you what this thing looks like. So now I'm being lit with the Aperture Light Dome 2, which is a great softbox, but it is a lot smaller. This is a Light Dome 2. I think you can tell how much smaller it is just by the way that I can comfortably hold it in my lap in this shot and didn't knock over a plant getting it over here. So that's a huge difference. So as you can see, there's a big difference between the size of these two things. Now, what does that really mean? If you're not a person that understands light super well yet, then let me break it down. There are two types of light. This is what hard light looks like. You see the shadows on my face are much more defined. You see more shadows in the background. Don't get me wrong, it has its place completely, but if you're lighting a subject, like myself, if we were doing an interview, which is kind of closest to what this is, then you're definitely not gonna want hard light. You're gonna want something that's more diffused, something like this, soft light. It's gonna make those shadows softer. As you can see, I even have a negative fill over here that's gonna give me more shadow because there weren't enough shadows. Second, it's gonna help your skin out. It's just gonna make your skin look better, smoother, softer, all the things you want. 3, it's just more flattering. All around, it looks better. Now there are places for hard light, as I mentioned before. It does have a super dramatic look. I've used it before, but for things like this, you're gonna wanna use soft light. So how do you achieve soft light? There's 2 things that go into making soft light. 1, diffusion. When you look inside of a softbox, you're gonna find multiple types of material that diffuse light. There's a bunch of different materials that diffuse light. People have different opinions on which one's best, but really this is what it is. It's a semi-opaque piece of fabric that breaks up hard light. So you're gonna find multiple layers of this stuff in a softbox. This softbox right here has 3, so does the newer. This is just a lighting modifier. It's gonna direct the light more. This does not diffuse light. And the second way is gonna be size. The size of your source really matters on how nice the light is, how much wrap you're gonna get over the face, how much softer the shadows are gonna be. It all comes from the size and the material that you're using. Now, the hard part about diffusion is that it's gonna eat up your light. So to light this right now, I'm using an Aperture 300D Mark II at about 87%, which is getting close to the maximum amount this light has, and that's pretty insane for a room that's pretty dimly lit. I do have a window right here, but the sun is over here now. It's not coming in through this window. So there's not really a whole lot of ambient light in this room, and this is already being pressed to almost 100%. So you're gonna have to use stronger lights, or you're gonna have to use less diffusion. It's a hard thing to do, but that's why you see Hollywood with massive lights that recreate the sun. So you may be asking yourself, okay, it gives a great quality of light, but so does a 4x4 scrim with a piece of diffusion material in the middle of it. The thing is that this is a one-man piece of equipment. If you have a crew of 1 to 2 people, you're setting up an entire shoot and tearing down an entire shoot by yourself, then this is gonna cut your grip time in half. You don't have to have a C-stand for your scrim, 2 C-stands for flags that are gonna direct the light more. You don't have to have all those things. You don't have to have a key grip that specializes in doing it. You can throw this up on your light. All you need is a C-stand, a light, a sandbag, and the light dome. And yes, you will need a C-stand. This thing is large, so don't put this on a plastic light stand. but it's gonna take that amount of work and cut it in half. Now, there is some unfortunate news about this softbox. I've gone back multiple times since I bought this to try to buy another one, to try to buy 2 more. They're just great. But the thing is, I can't find them. I have no idea where they went. But the good news is you don't have to buy one made by Neewer. Even Aperture makes a 60-inch light dome called the Light Dome 150. So I'm definitely not saying you need to buy the one made by Neewer. I'm saying that you should have one in your arsenal because they're so convenient and they look so good. Big shout out to Mr. Griffin Conway for putting me on to these soft boxes. I feel like every shoot I've been on with him, he's used one of these and his stuff looks incredible. So if you're not gonna take it from me, take it from him. Make sure to check out his YouTube channel. It'll be linked below and it'll be right here. Really hope you learned something from this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and see you in the next one. Peace.